All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Today's topic is how not to lose your clients, right? We want to go over how we stay connected with our clients, how basically we can get them to the closings, right? And we want to get started by saying from the buyer side, right? When you're representing as a buyer's agent, right? The buyers are not the most loyal people for you, right? As clients just because they're looking for properties, right? In general, they want to find it anyhow. But if you're representing them, you want to guide them with the things that we will go over, right? First, know that why they're not loyal, right? Or how they're not loyal. They're going to, other websites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and searching for the same properties that you're doing on your end, right, on their own, and they're trying to get in touch with the listing agent directly, right? Because they want to get the deal done. And they assume that if they go with the listing agent directly, they can probably get the deal done instead of having you be part of the deal and have the commission cut to you. And they think like that. But we're going to go over the things that you should be telling them, right? And they probably want to work with multiple agents. And the first one that finds them the property, they'll go with them, right? So give me one second. Yeah. So the things that really matters, right? So these are the things that what the buyers are not. I mean, these are the buyers what they're doing. They're just trying to find a property end of the day, right? So as a realtor, first you got to acknowledge those. That's what the buyer is doing, and if you're in their shoes, you probably trying to do the same thing, right? Because end of the day, you just want to find a property. So what matters is your communication and the working style, right? This is how you as a realtor will communicate with them, right? Either phone, email, text, how often you do it, right? And if they're calling you, will you answer your phone call? If they text you, will you answer that on time, right? That what matters, right? That's your communication skills, right? The next is your house hunting, right? How this is how basically how will you find them a property in their price range, right? Or their criteria, anything that they're saying, how are you going to find that? And we use KV Core, which is one of the most powerful systems out there. um, if you start using it, you get the hang of it. You can easily add new clients, set up alerts, and text them new properties. You like you said, we are competing with Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and other websites. But if you set up your alerts, you're sending these links before they get it from anyone else, right? And obviously, after you did find them the property, you show them the property. Your job is to make offers and negotiate, right? So these are the three main things that the buyer is looking for, right? If they call you, they expect you to answer. If they leave you a voicemail, they expect you to call back right away. Or if they text you, you want they expecting you to reply to that text message quickly as possible, right? Finding them the property. So these three things are the main ones that you're gonna go through, right? And that's what the buyers are looking for, right? And there are different types of buyers, right? And there are some difficult real estate agent clients that will go over this different six types of them, right? Number one is Mr. Know It All, right? This client thinks that they know the market better than you, right? Because they're living in that area for X amount of time. They just feel like they have more knowledge of the schooling of the neighborhoods better than you, right? So how could you compete with them is by knowing the market, right? Knowing what's on the market. Okay. The second type is your the negative client, right? These are the pessimistic and discouraging clients that will always find something wrong with everything. You show them a property, everything checks off, the bedrooms, the bathroom, the lot size, everything is great, but they will point out that, hey, it's in this neighborhood or that. They will always find something wrong with it, right? The number three is your people pleaser, right? So these are not the negative clients. These are actual positive, but they're not keeping it realistic with you. They'll say yes to everything, right? But then later on, they will just give you the honest opinion, right? So it just basically you don't want these clients either. You want them to, if they don't like the property, they say, hey, we don't like the property because of this. So next time you're showing it another property, you want to make sure that that is already checked off, right? Then you have number four, the do nothing clients, right? These clients, they don't tell you or provide any feedback, right? Anytime you ask them, they say, hey, I don't know, or let me think about it. That's because they're not certain, right? They're not sure if they want to move forward, right? And number five and number six are your rant and rave clients and the aggressive clients, right? These are the ones that gets loud, pushy, overreact to everything. They might say, hey, things like, hey, are you crazy? You're asking me, you're gonna list my price, list my house for this price, or you're gonna make an offer for this property for this price. You know, they get a little aggressive, right? So these are the type of buyers that you'll see on the market, right? To handle them, right? Any of them, your first should be you want to pre-screen them, right? Once you get a lead, right, you want to have ask them questions. The questions that we go over: how many bedrooms, how many, what type of family, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, which area, what's your price range. All those questions that you're asking them over the phone, you're writing them down. It's highly recommended that you meet them in our office, right? You take that information, you add it to KV Core, and you set up the alerts with them, right? You want to tell, hey, you looking for in this area for this bedroom, this is what we have on the market. You can literally show them. And then when you review, let's just say you set up the alerts and you get like 20 listings, review those 20 houses with them. Right off the bat, you can start making notes and see what they do like and what they don't like of those properties, right? So the more time that you spend with them on the pre-screen is the less time that you'll waste later on, right? So you want to ask them all these questions, right? And you want to listen closely while they're talking. Take notes much as possible, right? And different clients will give you different preferred method of communication. So find that out upfront. Know if they prefer a phone call. Do they want a text message? Do they prefer emails, right? Most of them will say either phone call or text message this day and age, right? We want to educate them early. We want to go over the buyer's agent steps, which are the buyer steps as well. So you're going to tell them, hey, we're at the offer. You're going to sign first on the contract. You're going to hold the you're going to give the earnest deposit. All the steps that we have a different seminar on those, right? You want to educate them much as possible. The more value that you bring to your clients, there's a more reason for them to stick with you or going to another agent, right? You want to tell them not a lot of buyers know who pays the buyer's commission, right? You have to explain to them, hey, I am not charging you any commission. You're not paying any fees to me. I'm going to get paid from the seller side. Okay. I can show you 20 houses. I can show you 50 houses. The property that you like, I will negotiate for you, right? And make sure that you get the property that you like, but you will not pay me any commission. And you have to educate them on that. Okay. You want to explain to them about the contingencies, right? The home inspection contingency and your bank appraisal contingency. Okay. And the whole time, even there are different types of clients here, as we pointed out, you always want to stay calm and professional. Just listen to them. If you can't answer it, always say, hey, I'll get in touch with my team and I'll get the answer for you. Okay. Always stay calm and collective and professional, right? Always remember that the connector between you and the client is the property, right? End of the day, they are a buyer. They're looking for a property. You're a realtor. You have access to all the properties. Connect them with KV Core and show them many property as possible. Okay. You have to, like we said, all these, you have to show them that, hey, they're going to be uh, actually get a property with you because you're a professional realtor. You know the market. Okay. And in KV Core, when we are setting up alerts for everyone, you have to keep it consistent on daily basis. At least review all your results. Send them, text them the new properties that's on the market, right? If there's nothing in the market, see if you have to make any adjustments to the alerts. If not, right, simply there's nothing in the market, wait another day. But if a week goes by, there's nothing on the market, and they're finding properties on Zillow, what is going to happen? You're going to lose that client, right? And not a lot of clients think that when they're on Zillow, they feel like they're trying to connect with the listing agent. What it is not the case. Even when they're on Zillow or Trulia or any other websites, they're sending it. Those companies are sending it that client to another buyer's agent, right? So you're truly just missing out on those, right? So going back to these, pre-screening is the most important one. Okay, this way you get all the questions out of the way. There'll be another, I'm working on a worksheet for your pre-screen. So all the questions for those clients will be on that sheet. So this way, when they're in the office, you can just go down, on a checklist and make sure those are completed and you have those answers. Okay. Any questions or concerns, guys?
That that list would be definitely helpful. Sometimes I forget what to ask them.
Yes. Yeah. This one
Yeah,
here.
I was gonna make my own list. But if you make one, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So this will, it will have all the questions and everything like that. And a lot of I just had it before this meeting. I had a conversation with another agent where the buyer called us and say, "Hey, I'm not too happy with your agent service." And I said, "What happened?" Their thing is like, "Hey, when I'm calling them, the person's not calling back, or if I'm texting them, I'm not getting a text message or reply back right away." Stuff like that. That really matters. That's even after the pre-screening. That communication should always be there. But the same client said, "Hey, I went to on Zillow, and any property I'm seeing on Zillow, I'm just saying schedule a tour." And I explained to them, "Hey, every time you're doing that, you're gonna speak with another buyer's agent, not the listing agent." And he was assuming that, hey, he's connecting with the listing agent. um, so I spoke with our agent, and we're going to transfer that lead to someone else, just because we don't want to lose that client. So um, just always, and just on from the agent's perspective, right, was that, hey, this person actually saw this. I showed a few properties to him, and he keeps changing his mind. So I think the break point is going to be you as a realtor. When do you feel like, hey, I'm going to stop sending him properties, or when I'm going to give up on that property, on that person actually. So that buyer is going to actually give you, X amount of money in commission, or he's going to give you zero. So I feel like if the person is in the market, you have all these tools. If they're changing their mind, it should be perfectly fine. Just go with the flow. That you are expecting to be under contract with them next 30 days. Maybe now is next 90 days. Do you want to make that money in 90 days? If yes, stick with them. If not, release them. You know? So it's a two-way street. We want to, end of the day, like we said many times, the buyer is looking for a property, and he or she is going to get it regardless if you are part of it or if you're not part of it, right? But you have to explain to them all the benefit of them sticking with you compared to going any elsewhere, right? Any questions, concerns, guys? Anything I missed out? Anything you want to add that might help someone?
Yes. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good, good. How are you going?
Yeah, actually, like you said, when we talk to the client, so we tell them that we are not going to charge you anything, so we can show them property, right? But when we show them properties, so one of them, the sellers that tells you that they are not going to pay the buyer's agent, but we have to get something from our buyers. So is there is there anything we can do about it?
Yes, legally, right? Let's talk about legal stuff. Legally, you can get paid both ways too. legally. You can get paid from the seller side and you can get paid from the buyer, right? That's one
Mm-hmm.
way. Your
Mm-hmm.
question is that now if the seller is not paying anything for the buyer's agent,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
if it's listed on MLS, he cannot do
Mm-hmm.
that. If it's listed
Okay.
on MLS. If it's
Yeah.
not listed on MLS, then you have to tell your buyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this
Yeah.
property is not on the market. If it's on the
Mm-hmm.
market, you're gonna get paid. If it's not on the market, and that now your buyer, right, should get he should put in an offer a little bit less than what he initially wants to put. Let's say he wants to put an offer for 550,
Mm-hmm.
right? You should
Yeah.
say, hey, there's no, they're not paying me any commissions. There's no other agent involved. I'm gonna
Okay.
get you this deal, but I want to charge you 1%, 2%, right?
Okay.
But we'll include that in the price. So that
Okay.
might be another way. As long as you can find that buyer a good deal and it's
Okay.
not on the if it's off market, the buyer will be willing to pay you that, right?
Okay.
Because that buyer now is not competing with 10 other offers, and so the buyer might say, hey, yes, I'll give you $10,000, get me this house, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but we
So.
want to keep it professional. We don't want to charge them twice. If it's already on the market and you're
Mm-hmm.
getting paid 1%, 2%, you don't want to say, hey, to the buyer, I'm going to charge you as well,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I had visited a open house, which was on Zillow or something, but
Mm-hmm.
not on One Key. So that agent told me that the thing, you know.
If it's an agent, I would say, like, if it's agent and is listed on Zillow, there's a good chance it's on the market, right? With
Mm-hmm.
one key. In that situation, you can text me or you can send me in Teams the address and I can take a
Mm-hmm.
look at it. Right. But there has been, I have personally done a deal, that's it's not on the market. And we approach to the buyer, right? We tell the
Mm-hmm.
buyer, hey, this is not on the market. If it goes on the market, it's gonna be for like maybe 600,000, but
Okay.
maybe we can get you maybe for 580. It's still got to be
Okay.
realistic. It's not to be $100,000 different. Maybe like $20,000 different, $30,000
Mm-hmm.
difference
Mm-hmm.
on market and off market.
Okay.
But that buyer will pay you because he's not competing with anyone else,
Got it. Got it.
right? Yep.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep. Any other one? Mhm. Anyone else with any questions, concerns? Right. Just the last thing I want to mention is just your KV core, guys. It's like KV core is the key. Even if you have 5 clients, 20 clients, use it on daily basis. Follow up with your clients. Call them if you haven't spoken to your client in 2 weeks. That should be a red flag that you want to keep it, connected with them. You want to say, hey, how's things with you? There could be a million different reasons that they don't want to purchase right now, right? Maybe the interest rate, they just feel like the interest rates are going up and they will crash and they go down. It's not going to happen, but that's what they're assuming. It could be a million things. It's hard to convince everybody, and it's one of the largest purchases that they're doing in their lifetime. So just build relationship, stay there for the long run if you really want to close more deals. All right. Any questions? Any last thoughts before we go? Right. All right, guys. If just remember, there's a meeting coming up, office meeting for next Saturday on the 30th, right? I'll send a reminder in Teams to everyone. Um, if there's no other questions, we will close it at that, and I'll see you guys next week.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, take care.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.